Hi, I'm here with Matthew, a senior media buyer. Hi, Matthew. Oh, great panel.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Can you tell me more about what kind of traffic are you running?
Yeah, so we're mostly doing social media. So, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any kind of platform where it's centered on people just scrolling. Like the users are not necessarily going somewhere or searching something out, but a way that you can distract them within that, typical, you're up at night and just scrolling through, just engaging in random content. And then you come by those types of ads. Like that's where we spend the majority of our budget and our time.
And what kind of verticals are working on these platforms for you?
Yeah, finance. That's what, mostly finance. I mean, I think it's something that touches everyone in a different way, especially when it comes to we're in the debt space. And so, we've got such a large amount of people that are in debt. Like the chances of us finding people on a social media where that's when when you're in the sadness of finances, whether you need a loan or whether you need help with your debt, like you're going to be kind of trying to distract yourself from that. And so trying to place ourselves within that in a relatable way is such an effective thing to do.
And you use like AI to find those angles, because I think it's different angles for products like this.
Yeah, we will. I was just telling someone too, like I always recommend like just trying to find what most people are engaging in and kind of the messaging they use, even if it has nothing to do with finance, but kind of get the feel of like, what are people emotionally feeling? What's going on in their personal lives? What are they struggling with? And most of the time, again, being in the finance, it's a little bit different, I think, but most people's struggles will come back at some point to money, right? And so like, if you can connect to them on that level of whatever that problem is they're having, you've gotten a foot in to speak to that problem and try to do the best to solve it.
Yeah, that's a good one. And how important is tracking for you? I mean, the performance for your company's success?
That's huge. Definitely like, especially lead attribution and knowing, who's clicking what. And, I was mentioned a little bit about the timing of, whether they're clicking early on in the ad or they're clicking later, if it's a video ad. If they're clicking early, like it's not as, we don't want to discard them as like they're not interested, but the chances of them maybe accidentally clicking or just liking the hook and then falling off later is pretty high chance. But we focus a lot of our energy on the 4 to 15 seconds watchers. So the longer they watch, and if they are clicking and they're engaging, we know they've seen it. They know who we are. They know what we're offering. They know the problem we can solve. And so that's like our biggest tracking, device that we'll use as we analyze all of our ads.
Awesome. And can you tell me when you think about a strategy to optimize, let's say, meta ads, what is your top strategy? I mean, top thing.
Yeah, especially with big budgets, I always say is the scale. Instead of just trying to, drive one ad into the ground, try to scale horizontally instead of vertically. And so if you find something that works really well, let's say it's a video ad and you've broken it up into a hook of like 3 seconds and then a hold of like 4 to 15 seconds or 20 seconds, is make sure however you make that ad, you have a break in that hook to where instead of just recreating the ad, you can take, 10 different hooks and run it to the 4 to 15 second video that, works in the end. And so, that's the best way we've found to do it, because with spending a lot of money, you're going to burn that audience out very quick. But if you have the flexibility of taking, 10 different segments of different kind of hook of the 3 seconds, now you can take that in almost 10x, as long as it works, right? You want to rotate those through, but you can scale in a different way than just driving all your money into one budget and one ad until it burns out. Then you've got to go back to the drawing board. You can really draw that out a lot longer.
Oh, that's a good one. Another one.
Okay, yeah.
What's your top tip for somebody starting now as a media buyer?
The top tip?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say try everything. I mean, truly, test out anything you can, especially when it comes to engaging people. Follow what people are doing organically on social media. One of the things I was saying, you want your ad to look and to feel exactly like the videos that they're seeing as they scroll through. Because every one of us, no one wants to be advertised to. Like once you're being advertised to, you're done. And so if you can almost, not to trick them, but you want them to be like 4 or 5 seconds into that video before they realize, oh my gosh, this is an ad. But you don't want them to know that up front, because if they see it and it looks like one, it's, professionally produced, they're just going to keep going through. But if you can somehow find a way to connect with those people in a relatable way, but also in a way that's, solving a problem. Like you've got to know the problem your people are having. You've got to know what they're struggling with, and you've got to figure out ways to speak to those people, in just a couple seconds.
Yeah, so it all goes back to the ideal customer and knowing and being natural, I would say.
Right, and knowing that that's always going to change too, right? Because they might have a problem, in this situation or whatever they're doing now, but there's probably also a deeper situation, a different problem. So like one of the things we'll say is there's always the symptom of the problem and there's the core of the problem, right? So like typically people want to address the symptom of the problem, but if you can find out what the core problem is, then you can speak to that and solve so many more of their problems for them, especially with, depending on the offer that you have,
Right.
is, which you're selling or marketing.
Okay, thank you. Where can people get in touch with you?
Turbodebt.com. I'm on there. You can Matt at turbodebt.com. I'm always love to have conversations with people and talk to people in the marketing space. So yeah,
Okay.
probably the best way. Or LinkedIn. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Cool.
Yeah.